Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for the support on my recent video. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. But yeah, today I'm going to be talking about my experiences with racism living in Italy, what I think, my opinion, my thoughts, and all of that stuff. Let's get a conversation going. Let's get the juices flowing. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, bars, period. Okay. Okay, I don't know why I'm so happy today. Yeah, I study in Italy. I study in the beautiful city of Rome. That is the capital city. That is where my university is. I study medicine. I'm 19 years old. My name's OHMADAEZE. And that's a little bit about me. Oh yeah, and I like makeup, and I like music, and I like cats, and I'm Nigerian. That's a bit about me. And today I'm going to be talking about my experiences with racism. So, as many people know, Italy is known for a lot of things. It's known for its beautiful culture. It's known for its beautiful language, the passion with which they speak, and you know, it's known for the pasta, the pizza, the gelato, the ice cream, you know, the olive oil, and the fashion, the shoes, the handbags, the watches, the makeup, because a lot of makeup is made in Italy. You know, Italy is known for a lot of beautiful things. But Italy is also known for some not so good things: crumbling economy, very high unemployment rates, a lot of xenophobia, and unfortunately a lot of racism also. And I see people say on Twitter like, I went to Italy and they're so racist, or I'm never going to Italy, they're so racist, blah 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 blah. And as someone who has lived in Italy for like about a year and studied here and lived with Italians and met Italians and blah blah blah, I'm here to share my experience. The first time I came here was when I was in year 12, so I was like 16 or 17. And the second time I came here was the end of year 13 summer, and I came here with my family. On both of those occasions, I did not experience racism. I think it's because I came here as a tourist. And when you come to a country as a tourist, it's very easy to kind of like be, I don't know, like be so fascinated and in love and just, you know, enjoying the country, enjoying being in this new place, that you don't really notice little things that happen. So maybe something did happen, but I just didn't notice it. But I can honestly say that the first time I came here and the second time I came here as a tourist, I did not experience any racism. However, once I came here to start living here, that's when things became a little bit tacky. Italians like to stare a lot. Like, I think it's a part of their culture. You know, like how when you're growing up, your parents teach you, it's rude to stare, don't stare. Like, I genuinely feel like Italian parents, like, it's just not a thing they teach. Like, it's just not a thing. Because the way Italians will stare at you, and it used to make me feel so self-conscious. Like, I would be walking like this. I would feel so self-conscious. But when I realized that they just do it to anybody that looks different, I just stopped caring, because I realised, especially in the neighbourhood that I live in, I'm basically the only black person. I don't see people of colour in here. So I think when they stare at me, it's because they're just not used to seeing people that look like me here. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing, but can't come and kill myself. It is what it is, innit? As long as they're not saying anything rude to me or whatever, I'm just over it, you know what I mean? I just stare back. But I did notice that they do stare at literally anyone who looks different. So that in itself is not necessarily racism, but it's more like, you know, they're just like curious. So that's something I noticed. Another thing I noticed is that I think that a lot of the time racism in Italy is more towards the side of xenophobia rather than racism. If you don't know what xenophobia is, I think it's when you are discriminatory towards people who are foreign, basically. I think that's kind of more what it is in Italy. There is racism, I'm not denying that at all, but I think in a lot of cases, in my personal experience, it's been xenophobia. And let me tell you why. When I go somewhere, they'll be looking at me, or they'll be giving me one kind of tone that's kind of rude, like because they see the colour of my skin. And then they see my passport, or they know that I'm from London, and then suddenly, oh, Londra, oh my god, Londra. They start getting so excited that I'm from London, and they start treating me nicely all of a sudden. Like, if I was to say, oh, I'm Nigerian, and I showed them a Nigerian passport, then they'll just carry on treating me badly. But when they hear I'm from London, they're like, oh my god, like you're from London, like they're so excited about it, which is bad, you know what I mean? And it makes me kind of sad because sometimes in certain situations I have brought up the fact that I'm from the UK because I know that it will be an advantage for me. Yes, I hold my hands up and I will admit that, but in this world you can't come and kill yourself, do you know what I'm saying? You have to make it anyhow, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get, like, you really have to do what you've got to do. So that is something I will say. I have definitely used that card because I see the reaction it has, and it's unfortunate because I've spoken to students here or people who live here who are from African countries who don't have a European passport like me or whatever, and the way they're treated is so different. It's awful, absolutely awful. You know, makes me sad, but what can I say? So let's talk about specific experiences that I've had. I have had about 1, 2, 3. I've had 3 explicitly, blatantly racist experiences since living in Italy. Which one was the first one? Chronological order. The first one was basically, because in my class, half the people are international students and the other half are pure white Italian people. The half that are not Italian are like from other European countries like Greece, Bulgaria, Croatia, and other people are maybe from Iran or Iraq or Israel or Pakistan, Dubai, blah blah blah. And then the other half are just white Italian. So generally everyone is just nice, they're just alright people, you know. Some people I'm closer with than others. People kind of just stick to their own friendship groups, whatever, who cares. But there was this one particular guy who I never interacted with, I didn't really care, like he's in my class, I don't give a damn about him. He's just a guy in my class, you know what I mean? And I noticed that he was just weird, like he was just giving me off vibes. You know when you just don't vibe with someone? That was him. But one day I came into uni with my natural hair. I'd been wearing braids or my wig or whatever for a while, and I came in with natural hair because that's just me, like, you know, it's my hair that grows on my head. And he was staring at me and he was making comments to one of his friends. And I knew it was about me, but you know when you can't really nail someone, like, because you didn't catch them in the act. I knew he was talking about me, but it was just like, is he talking about me? But I knew he was talking about me. So he was just staring at me and stuff like that. Okay. Then, one day, I get home from uni and I'm in my room, I'm tired, I'm just chilling. And I see that this guy has added me to a group chat on Instagram. And I'm like, I'm not friends with him, why would he have me to a group chat? So I go on Instagram and I'm looking through this group chat and I'm so confused because there's no actual like messages, there's no actual words, but there's loads of people in it and they're all Italian names, all Italian people. And it's got like timestamps from video call. So it says video call happened at this time, blah, 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 in this Instagram group chat. So there's no actual like words that I can say this is what they're talking about in the group chat, because clearly they just have video calls and I guess they talk in those video calls. I scroll up to the top and I see a screenshot of a picture of me. You know, like when you see something and it's just so like, what the hell? I felt shivers down my spine. I felt like I was in a serial killer movie. I was thinking, why is there a picture of me in this group chat? And I'm looking at the names in the group chat. I don't know any of these people. None of them follow people that I follow. None of them follow even people in my class at uni. The only person that I actually know in this group chat is that one Italian guy from my class that added me to the group chat, the guy, you know, the guy I'm talking about. So why is there a picture of me? And this is a screenshot of a video call of a picture of me with this guy's face and his friend's faces in the corner, and they are clearly laughing. I'll insert the picture that they were laughing at. I was just really shocked. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, what the hell is this? Do you know what I mean? I started thinking about why they would be laughing at me, and the only thing that made sense to me was the fact that at the time that was one of my most recent pictures of me with my afro, my hair out, and my features look really bold in that picture. Like I have bold features, I have big lips, I have a big nose, blah blah blah. Like I don't care, I like my features, but that's the only thing that made sense to me, that I look extra black in that picture. And as I was scrolling, I started to see other pictures, and basically I saw this. It's like they sent, someone in the group chat had sent this picture from this account on Instagram, and I clicked on the picture and I don't even know how to describe it, but basically it was a picture of a statue of a black man, or a caricature of a black man with a gigantic penis, basically like a penis the size of like a chair. It was huge, basically. So it was a caricature. And then I read the caption, it was in Italian, it said something like, I'm a Nigerian N-word man with a huge penis, basically. I went on the profile and it was like, in the bio, it was like, hi, I'm this Nigerian N-word. It was just a racist caricature account, basically, to put it short. It was one of the most sinister things I've ever seen in my life, like, and the fact that I was in the group chat as well, like, that I'd been added to the group chat, my picture was in the group chat, I was so confused, and I was just so like, I was actually scared. I was like, what the hell is this? On the account as well, there was a picture of a white person getting that statue of the black person tattooed on their arm, and I was like, what the hell are these people doing? So I'm not gonna lie, I cried, because at the time I was already very fragile. I was going through a lot. I was finding it hard to make friends, and I was just feeling very lonely. And it's like, I'm already feeling all these things, and then someone does something that makes me feel like they don't want me here and stuff like that. So I took screenshots and I sent it to my friend in my class, because he's one of the people of colour in my class, and he just told me, like, you know, don't sweat, don't worry about it, just block him, and yeah, whatever. Like, he just tried to calm me down, because I was upset. I was really upset, I'm not gonna lie, because imagine like already feeling like left out and finding it hard to make friends with people and being the only black person, and then you see something like that. And to this day, I don't understand why that guy added me to the chat. I don't get it. I don't know if he did it intentionally, by mistake, but I was hurt. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I didn't care. I mean, now that I can deep it, and I'm self-assured that I know I'm beautiful, like, I know I'm beautiful, like, I know I'm a pretty girl, like, you know, it's not a discussion that I am beautiful, you know. But at the time, it just made me feel really rubbish, like, and I started over analysing the picture, like, is my nose too big, my lips too big? But I had to check myself and be like, no, no sis, his nose is too small and his lips are too small, period. So that was a hard experience to go through, because then I had to go to uni, and, you know, I'm not gonna pop off on him and be like, I saw that you did this, because then I'll become the angry black girl. Oh, who's this foreign black girl? Black people are so wild, and oh, she's just being all blah, 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 blah. And I had the feeling that if I tried to take it to the administration, that nothing would be done, especially because I didn't have any like concrete evidence. Like, I had the group chat, but they didn't actually say any words that meant anything. It was just pictures, and it was an account that they could easily claim wasn't theirs. I was not ready to go into that, you know. I came here to get this education and cut, do you know what I'm saying? Or maybe not, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I came here to take the good things and ignore the bad things. I want the good education, the affordable lifestyle, I want the pizza, the pasta, the good culture, the nice people, you know. So I just left it, but I had to act normal around him, and it was just like, he would look at me, because I think he was thinking, does she know that I added her, or does she know I made a mistake? I don't know what he was thinking, but he would just look at me and I would just ignore him. Like, I was just like, it was just weird in class after that. But yeah, that was my first racist experience in Italy, and it just made me realise, like, you really can't trust some people, because even though he was weird in class, I didn't expect that from him, but you know, we move. So that was my first racist experience. My second one was when I got my nose pierced here. You know what, I'm not even going to go into that in this video, but basically, because I'm going to do a specific video on that, but basically, yeah, he was just saying that my nose is too big, and that's why he messed up my piercing. I'm not going to get into that. I'm really not, because I'll get annoyed. That's the one experience that actually annoyed me. The first one didn't annoy me, it was just like, what the hell? That one just annoyed me. But I'm going to do a whole video on why I got my nose pierced 3 times. Then the third experience isn't really that notable. Basically, I was walking down the street, and then a car drove past me, and someone shouted, negra, which means the N-word with the hard R. In Italian, it's like the female version, so there's negra and there's negro. That probably should get censored, because YouTube probably understands Italian, but whatever. Someone called me the N-word, basically, as they drove past. I'm very hard of hearing, so I didn't even hear it at first, and I deeped what they said, and then I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So that one literally washed over me. it's things like the first one that really get to me, like someone actually took the time to do that kind of stuff, like make a group chat and talk about me and black people, whatever. That got to me. But the third one, the one with the guy in the car, that didn't really get to me. But yeah, those have been my experiences since I started studying here in terms of racism. All in all, I would say racism definitely exists here, but for me personally, it's not a big enough problem for me to not want to study here or to leave, or that I feel unsafe or anything, because the vast majority of people that I meet are really kind and just great people. I mean, I remember one time I was lost on the way to this hospital, and I asked one person, one old Italian white man, he was walking down the road, and I asked him how to get to the hospital, and literally everyone from across the other side of the street, all these old people, they started walking over to me, trying to help me. Like, they all joined together to try and help me find the hospital. And I was like, that just warmed my heart, because my first thought was that none of them want to help me because they're all old and white, and you know, that equals racist. But a lot of the time, the Italians I've met have been really, really, really kind people. That doesn't, you know, take away from the fact that racism exists here, but just in my experience, I feel like this country has potential. I feel like if some ideologies are wiped out, this country could just be a great place to be. And it's just sad that they think that way, because it holds them back, because people literally avoid coming here because of racism that they've experienced, which is really sad. But at the same time, one thing I will say is that in my experience, you can't really compare it to the experience of everyone who's black who lives here, because it depends on where you live. If you live in a capital city like Rome, or another major city like Milan, or Firenze, Venezia, those like touristy cities, you're not going to experience racism the way you would experience it in Bari or Puglia, Verona, or somewhere else, you know what I mean? So that's something to take into account, I would definitely say. But I will keep you guys updated, because as sad as it sounds, I don't think those are going to be the only racist experiences that I'll have living here. I'm sure there'll be more, but I hope not. But I will keep you guys updated on what I think about living here as a black person. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. What are your thoughts on racism in Italy? Have you experienced racism in Italy? Let me know in the comments. Please like this video, subscribe if you want to see more content, and let me know what content you want to see as well. And yeah, peace out guys. See you guys in my next video.